I guess really just developing the fundamentals. That's what stage we're in right now as far as bowl preparation. So hitting the fundamentals down in the off season. Got to get bigger. Got to be able to handle linemen more. So yeah.
I feel like you almost have an advantage playing running back than just coming in and learning linebacker because you don't have any of those bad habits. You don't have any of those things that maybe guys develop over time. You just got to learn from scratch the last few months.
Yeah, I think that definitely helps, but that could also be very detrimental. There's some things that I came in the linebacker room and I was very behind on as far as like using hands and stuff. But I mean, it definitely helps, especially a few games like quarterbacks making checks at the lines, just kind of knowing what calls they're making and then kind of just going from there.
Steele, how much do you think this bowl practice will help you just because it is 15 days and most development and fundamentals and all that stuff? How important will that be for you?
I think it's very important. I mean, once the season really got going, there was a lot of game planning and stuff, so I got away from like a lot of the fundamentals that we've been hitting on like back in the spring and the summer. So being able to really get that focused on, I think is going to be really good for me and the whole team, really.
What have you played at this year since the weight? What do you want to do next year?
Like basically 225 a bunch. I got sick in the latter part of the year. I was like around 220, 215, but next year they're talking about having me at like 235.
You one of the ones who was sick against Michigan?
Yes.
How widespread was that?
I couldn't really tell you. I'd just say like we had a good amount of people sick.
And how much did it affect you in that game?
I guess it affected me a little bit, but I mean that's not really an excuse.
Steele, have the coaches talked to you much about Jim Knowles coming in next year, and have you looked at all at his defense and what that'll be like?
No, I did a little bit of research on him whenever we first heard the news, but we've got a meeting in like 45 minutes where we're going to talk with him, so we'll probably hear a lot from there.
Are you excited for that? Excited to get to know him?
Yeah, seems like a pretty good guy. Hopefully he's a good guy. Yeah.
What did your research unearth? I mean, what did you find out about it?
I mean, I just went on my phone for like 5 minutes to try to figure out where he was. So, he was a linebacker coach, running back coach, coached at a couple schools I didn't really go too in depth.
The fact he's from Ivy League originally and stuff, does that tell you he's smart? I mean, does that mean anything to you at all?
I mean, he was a defensive coordinator at Power 5 school, so I'd assume he's pretty smart. So yeah.
Have you at least taken a glimpse at some of the video of how they played this year about Oklahoma State? I mean, that Leo guy going back and forth and not putting his hand in the dirt and all that kind of stuff. Are you intrigued by that?
I honestly haven't really watched it much. I've just seen them play a bunch. I heard that they were pretty good on defense. They were like a top 5 defense in the country, so hopefully he can bring that here.
Still, what does this, this isn't putting anybody else down. I'm just asking you, what does this defense need going into next year? What is it you want to feel coming out of the Rose Bowl, et cetera? I mean, what to kind of turn things around, for want of another term? What do y'all need to feel, I guess, and what do you expect to be the turnaround for this defense?
Honestly, I think we have all the pieces to be a great defense. As far as that Team Up North game, I think that was more of just an attitude thing. We just got to be have just like a little more fire in us, just be more physical. I think we got all the pieces. We're just now starting to develop the experience, so I think next year it's really going to come together.
Did it hurt your feelings when you saw the Michigan offensive coordinator, Josh Gaddis, make some comments about they were more physical than you guys were? They thought y'all played a little bit, I'm paraphrasing this word, but soft or whatever. Did that fire you up? Did that fire you guys up afterwards? I mean, just what does that mean to you guys?
I mean, yeah, it definitely stung, but I mean, at the end of the day, he was right. I personally thought we played pretty soft, me included, probably one of the bigger ones, but yeah, I mean, it's just lights fire under us. Hopefully we can get ready for next year.
Steele, this may be unfair since you haven't watched a lot of film of your new offensive or defensive coordinator, excuse me, but I mean, do you expect going into this offseason, whether it's winter practices, spring practices, do you expect a lot of changes? Do you expect one filled with, say, changing schemes and things like that, a lot of transition, or what do you expect for this spring?
When we first had a Zoom call with Coach Day about the change and whenever they hired him, he said that I think we're going to be just playing our base defense, but with the new coach, I'm assuming there's going to be a bunch of different packages and stuff, like third down stuff that he's going to implement, so I really don't know yet.
Is that something that, you're prepared for the changes, or I don't know, in terms of an approach as a defender?
Yeah, it's going to happen no matter what, so you got to be prepared, so yeah, I can't really say no to it. He's a new coach.
Steele, you guys had a little bit of a change with the defensive coaches in the middle of this year. Now you have a new defensive coordinator coming in. What's it like for players when you have coaching adjustments on your side of the ball?
Right now they're making it seem like nothing for us. Everything's normal right now. All the players are just playing early. No matter who's coaching, you just got to play.
I mean, it's just kind of how it is sometimes, right? I mean, it's like it happens
Yeah,
to teams all over the place, right?
that's just what happens.
Yeah, okay.
Happens all over the country.
You got to do your job
Yeah.
no matter what.
Exactly.
You talk about wanting to add weight, going into next season. How much different is the strength and conditioning stuff that you would have done as a running back versus what you do as a linebacker in terms of the goals for yourself?
It's basically the same. Everyone really just goes in with the same mindset. Coach Mick really just gives you a plan. You either want to lose weight, maintain, or gain. And for the last 2 years, I've basically just been on maintain, like right around 225. So now he's going to put me on a more of a gain plan. So I'll have to gain like 10 pounds or so.
As you sit here right now, are you glad you made the switch?
Yeah, absolutely.
And well, I mean, it seems to have brought out the football player in you. I mean, again, does it feel like that? What does it feel like?
Oh, it feels like just playing out in the yard like a little kid. Feels fun again.
When did you get that immediately, or did you have to grow?
It took time. There were a bunch of times, like throughout the summer, definitely, where I was just pissed off being out here, just learning new defense, just feeling like I was behind everyone. But then, probably like after game 4 or 5, I started really getting the hang of it, and then I was just having fun.
What do you know about Utah? Obviously, I asked you a while ago about that physical thing. They're known as a physical team. They're going to come right at you. That's the way they play. I mean, is this a good test to see if y'all, I guess, got the message coming out of the team up north game? I mean, what's your sense of the test you're facing?
I feel like this is a good opportunity to show that we've made adjustments based on the last game. I think it's a good game to prove ourselves, prove that we're a tough team, that we're a physical team, and that we can handle that kind of stuff.
Steele, how do you find it a very honest opinion, interesting opinion, the idea of like, hey, I was kind of pissed off because I felt like I was behind. How do you fight through the pissed off part to get to the other side of, okay, now I'm starting to figure it out, and then your role kept expanding? Like, I would imagine there can be a time where you're so aggravated about feeling behind that maybe some guys would kind of say, the heck with it, man, you know?
That's what the linebackers say a bunch of, just FOB, finish on the ball. Whenever you don't really know what to do, you can just run as fast as you can to the ball, try to make a tackle. That's why it's so much easier for me, at least on defense. Whenever you don't know what you're doing, you can find the ball. On offense, you're kind of just lost no matter what. If you don't know what you're doing.
When you're a player who's multi-talented like you, do you ever get worried that, like, I'm going to get caught in between? You know what I mean? Because you have skills on both sides of the ball. Did you ever wonder, like, man, I tried it on offense, now I'm trying it on defense, but I feel like I'm behind? Is that a tough situation to be in at times?
Oh, yeah, it's tough, but I mean, really, at the end of the day, you can't really just dip a toe in one and stay in the other. I think you just got to fully go in. So whenever I made the change, I was fully in on linebacker. Yeah. Just can't get caught in the middle.
No, I think there have been guys over time here who I felt like have gotten caught in the middle, but that's your advice. Don't
get caught in the middle.
Dive in.
Just dive in.
Okay. It's a good example, you said. That's good.
Last question for Steele.
What did you not like about your individual performance against Michigan? You said that you felt like you were one of the guys that, that wasn't playing physical enough.
Just taking on blocks and stuff, going against linemen. I mean, I think right now, like during this part of the bowl practice, I think we're really starting to work on that, going against probably one of the best lines in the country. So it definitely helped me get better. I think after going through that and then putting on some more weight in the offseason, I'll be ready, especially for next year.
Steele, how different was it, like waking up every day during the season this year, knowing you had a big kind of integral role in this team, as opposed to your first couple years here, where obviously you were trying hard, you were ready to play, but it was a different role for you. Do you just feel different as a guy in a year where you have a bigger role, a more direct impact?
Not really. Just same old guy. Just do all the same stuff, really. I mean, I think I prepare a little more, but besides that, no, same old guy.
Great. Steele, thank you.